Okay, hello class. So I'm gonna be talking about Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch. He's urban legend, and you've heard him all around the TV, and you see the sightings everywhere. Everyone knows about him, at least in America. Even goes so far out to even places like Europe, where like you see him on like they have a Netflix documentary on him. He's pretty cool. And so the reason why I chose this one was because this resonates with me. Because back in the day, when I was younger, my parents would tell me that Bigfoot was in the woods. So like when I would play outside, I would like not allowed to go that far because he would come and like get us. So it was kind of crazy because when me and my friends would be playing outside, I'd tell them about it and they would all laugh at me and I'd be like, "What? What's going on, guys?" And they'll make fun of me and stuff for that. But it was pretty chill. It kept me from going too far out. So yeah. And
Parents are the biggest spreaders of folklore sometimes, so.
yeah, it did keep me safe, so I guess it was in good faith. But so some of the sources I used for this was a couple articles like National Geographic. They'll just be talking about it, saying that like a lot of the stuff say it's fake, but there's some like cultivated groups of people like where is it? The BFRO. It's called Bigfoot Field Research Organization. These are like groups of people like forming together to like genuinely find him. It's kind of crazy because they'll have this is not just one group. They have multiple of these groups like tag teaming for this. And they'll have live maps of like each like spot where you would see a sighting like that got like notified. So it's very interesting. And one crazy fact, let me find on my page. I think Washington State has the most sightings, around like 700 per year, something like that. Let me see. So it's very interesting stuff. And they say that Bigfoot is supposedly around 6 foot to 15 feet. So bro can be really big, hairy head to toe, and his footprints can measure up to 24 inches tall. Not tall, but like, you know, like footprint measurement. They say he smells like a skunk. And he moves relatively silent. And one of the research that I looked into was a story from like a face-to-face encounter where a woman in a farm, they just saw him and like, he's not really violent is what they say. Like there's not really any like violence like from him. Like no one's getting eaten by him or anything like that. So when the woman saw him, they were like really scared and they were getting the shotgun for him and he just like yelled and then left. So it's kind of like all how the all how the sightings go. Bigfoot even got so big that the FBI did the investigation on him, where they took one of his hairs and they just tried to compare and they found nothing really important. So it's kind of unfortunate. But one of the main things I plan to do for the future for the assignment is I want to research how much like this affected people's lives, because I'm sure people were able to like make a lot of money off this and like kind of boost their own kind of lives from this Bigfoot. Even some people have festivals over this. Like August 2nd to August 3rd in Ohio, they have the Bigfoot Festival in Logan, Ohio. It's very interesting. So
Yeah, they do one in West Virginia too.
really.
Yeah.
So that's got to be making someone money. So I want to find out how that like affects the people.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, I think one thing to think about, what I always think about with Bigfoot is, you know, that he's sort of sort of an omen of how we treat nature, that he comes out of sort of a fear of that we have of nature, that we are
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, there's volcanoes all through Washington and Oregon. So a lot of times the legends say that he like lives in the volcano or somehow came out of the volcano to kind of explain his supernatural existence. Um, so yeah, I mean yeah, exactly. Or they find that things that they thought were extinct are actually still living in places. That happens all the time as well. Um, but in the idea of the kind of the modern money-making aspect of Bigfoot, yeah, it's a big industry for rural communities. You see tons of Bigfoot merchandise for sale in like tourist towns in mountain communities, all through the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. There were Bigfoot, Sasquatch things everywhere I went. Obviously, West Virginia, Ohio, any mountainous areas, you're probably going to encounter Bigfoot. The original ones tend to come from Washington State and Oregon. I went to a Bigfoot research facility when I was in Oregon. Yep, it's in Boring, Oregon, and it was like the Bigfoot research, I don't know what it was. And there were people there talking about active tracking missions that they were doing, where the last footprints had been spotted. They had museum exhibits of like the past of a Bigfoot footprint, the Zapruder film that they were showing on a loop. They had a replica of what a Bigfoot nest would look like. Yeah, it's a whole thing. The question is going to be sort of like, what is the analysis you're going to bring to it? Yeah, there's the show Finding Bigfoot. There's a bunch of all of those different like mysterious creature kind of shows on, TLC and all these other channels, sci-fi and stuff that talk about Bigfoot. Our good friend and scholar Lynn McNeil has been on some of these shows as the folklorist expert. But yeah, why does it continue to be? I mean, the more interesting question is everybody crazy? No. The more interesting thing is, what function does the continuation of belief in Bigfoot serve?
Mm-hmm. That is interesting.
Right? Like, what is he doing for people? Especially in these rural communities. I mean, if you've seen like a mountain man who's grown out his beard and he's got long hair, they look kind of Bigfooty.
Yeah.
Is he sort of a symbol for like these independent people that live in the mountains and don't really want to interact with regular society? I don't know. So, some interesting stuff for you to look into there for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Yeah, but I would take a look at that and make sure that you can find some folklore sources that have something to do with. It doesn't have to be Bigfoot. It could be the Jersey Devil. It could be Mothman. It could be, because all of these things tend to have a similar function in their communities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anything that you can find like that might give you some good ideas of kind of things to say in your paper.
Mm-hmm. Good, thank you. They also say that he could kill a grizzly bear. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
You don't want to get him mad.
I don't want to go too far into it, but I do have a letter that was written by someone who sent it to the U.S. Forest Service, and he said that he was the protector of the Bigfoots, and that there was a Bigfoot family in his cabin where he lived, and it's a very long. I have this whole zero.
Oh my goodness, the whole family.
But how? Yeah, he fed them. He needed supplies for them, and that he talked to them, and don't come looking for him because and that they really enjoyed peanut butter. There you go. So, yeah, keep going with it.
Mhm.
Just don't forget to tie it into some scholarly research. With
Yeah.
all the kooky stuff on the sides.
Okay, thank you.